on, beautiful people? It is I, your sister from another mister, ThickChickVlogs. And girl, you already see from the title of this here particular video what type of tea we're going to be clocking on today. But first and foremost, I want to remind each and every one of you guys to head over to my Facebook page. I have a new Facebook like page. There are a lot of you guys who have been sending me messages here on Facebook sending me messages here on YouTube asking me about my Facebook page. But I say it a lot in my videos that I have a new like page now. The like page link will be down in the description box below. I have a new page. The old Facebook page is null and void. I have a like page now. So you guys, if you want to follow me on Facebook, head on over down to the show me more bar, click on the link and go over and like the page. Girl, it is free, okay? It's 100% free, okay? Also, I do want to give a disclaimer. I use a whole bunch of curse words, okay? So if you are a person who is very sensitive to curse words, profanity, and things like that, sometimes I get beside myself and I just be on a tangent and shit, and I just can't help the shit that flow out of my mouth. So if you are easily offended, this probably isn't the channel that you would want to watch, because I don't want to, you know, I'm not in the business of offending nobody intentionally, okay? So you might want to go ahead and exit stage left. If not, go ahead and feel free to, you know, enjoy yourself, but I don't need nobody asking me no shit about why I'm cussing, okay? Because I done told your ass, okay? Go ahead and exit motherfucking stage left, okay? Go ahead. All right. Now, also, you guys know that we will be having questions of the day going forward. So the question of the day today is, now, I want everybody to answer this question, because everybody should have a say-so in this here question, because everybody that's watching this video should be old enough to, you know, have an elaboration on this here particular subject, okay? Could you forgive your man, your woman, your husband, or your wife for cheating on you? Now, they've only cheated on you once, okay? Well, I'm not going to say they've only cheated on you once. They've only cheated on you with one person. Okay, they've only cheated on you with one person, but this has been an ongoing thing that has been going on for the last year. Now, it's only been one person that they've cheated on you with, but they've been doing it with this same person for the last year. Could you forgive the person for cheating on you, or is the length that they've been cheating with this person a deal breaker? Now, you found out about it. They vowed to, you know, leave this person alone 100% completely. They vowed that if you want to go to counseling or whatever, they'll do all that with you, and they have vowed to 100% completely leave this person alone. Could you forgive that situation, or is it a complete deal breaker that this person has been having basically a full-on relationship with this person for the last year? Is that a complete deal breaker, or are you one of those people who can forgive a cheater who's only had one affair? Are you one of those people that can forgive a cheater who's only had one affair? Or are you one of those people who, once you cheat on me, once a cheater, always a cheater? Let me know down in the comment section below why you would forgive them or why you wouldn't forgive them. So let's go ahead and keep this video going, because I don't want to keep you guys here too long. But girl, I promise you, the shit probably going to be 40-50 minutes long. Y'all already see the damn length of the video, because y'all know I'm long-winded than a motherfucker. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is going to be LA Hair Season 4, Episode 2. I do not remember the title of this here particular episode. I remember last week was I'm the Boss Hunty or some shit like that. I do not remember this week's title. It really is irrelevant at this point, but I need to go ahead and mute my phone, because I already know somebody gonna try to call me, girl. Y'all know how this shit work. You already know. But the first thing that we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna talk about LA Hair Season 4, Episode 2. Okay. The video starts out with Leah, or Leah, however the fuck she pronounced her name, and Kim, you know, from the last episode, where Leah is basically telling her that she doesn't appreciate the fact that she doesn't include her in a lot of different things, a lot of the decision making things, because, you know, Leah is Kim's sister, and she feels like basically Kim does things without getting her opinion on it first. I mean, I understand it's Kim Kimball's studio, but if you're going to have a manager who is over your shop, you should at least ask that person's opinion on different things that are going on in the shop. You know, it's kind of like, what's my purpose of being here if you just gonna kind of like go over my head doing things? I understand it's your shop, but you brought me in here to manage it for you. So it needs to be some type of level of respect there, or I have no purpose of being here. If you guys don't remember last season, Leah was threatening to leave because she felt like Kim didn't appreciate her and all those different things. So if you're going to have a manager who's going to be managing your shop, you need to let that the manager of your shop handle a lot of the, you know, the situations that go on in the shop as far as hiring people, firing people, and things like that, Kim. So I do understand where Leah is coming from in that sense, but I also understand where Kim is coming from when she says, you know, this is my shop. I should be able to have a say over thing as well, in which she does. But you should just include Leah in the situation. But, you know, is that really a big fucking deal? I guess it kind of would be if you were a manager of a place and, you know, the whoever don't even ask your opinion on shit. They just do it anyway. So I can kind of feel like where she's coming from on that situation. All right. So then Jonathan wants to do, you know, we find out what the whole situation with Jonathan is. He wants to start a wig/extension line with Kim Kimble. And, you know, everybody knows Kim Kimble is this big name. And we all know that if, you know, Kim Kimble's name is on it, that means it's some type of big celebrity and all this type of stuff. So he wants to start this wig and extension line, you know, and do it through QVC and HSN and these bunch of different places here. We all know celebrities wear wigs out the ass. A lot of these times you see celebrities on these, red carpets and things like that. Some of them have extensions in their hair, but a lot of them have on wigs and things, okay? Very, very natural looking wigs. So, you know, he was telling her, you know, basically this is a $300 million business, girl. You know, and of course when he said that, I can see the motherfucking dollar signs bouncing around in Kim's eyes like, damn, you know, that motherfucker, we finna make some money, okay? So she was, of course, on board when it came to that. But, of course, they're going to have to do a little bit more talking because, you know, that's one thing. That's the last thing that you want to do is, you know, see dollar signs and shit bouncing around in your eyeballs and you feel like you just want to jump on some shit. No, you need to do a little bit more research before you decide to invest your coins into anything. I don't give a damn what somebody tell you about how lucrative the business is and how profitable it is. You still better, you know, count your motherfucking chickens before they hatch, before you go and sign your name on some shit. So I'm, you know, it's a good thing that she is doing that. But that motherfucking Jonathan, no, girl, I don't know what it is about him, but girl, something about him just seemed a little peculiar to me. That's all I'm gonna say. What the fuck? My arm was itching. I'm sorry. I thought something was crawling on me, girl. Bitch, I was gonna have to goddamn slang some shit around, girl. Anyway, let's move on. So, Kim is working on Tia Mowry. You all know who Tia Mowry is. She's the twin from Sister. You know, Tia and Tamari. Everybody know who Tia Tamari is. Tia has some premiere that she's going to with Will Smith or something like that. So, of course, Kim is doing her hair. She cut her hair beautiful. I absolutely love the way that she cut her hair. And, you know, she rode with her to the premiere to make sure before she got out to get on the red carpet that she was looking cute. You know what I'm saying? Because, she, you know, if my name is on some shit, I don't want you getting out the limo looking busted, crusted, and disgusted, and my name is on that shit. You know, when the goddamn fashion police come and ask you who did your hair, you talking about Kim Kimble did your motherfucking hair, and you looking like a motherfucking fool. I'm looking like a fool. I'm a celebrity stylist, motherfucker. That mean people gonna be like, I'm not finna fucking hire her. She got her looking like that on the red carpet. You know what I'm saying? So she rides with her people to the premieres. If they have a photo shoot, she's there touching them up and shit like that. So, shout out to Kim Kimble for that. But while she was in the car, you know, Tia was like, you know, she was going to go on a date with her husband and all that stuff. And Kim was like, well, can I get a date? And Tia was basically asking her, you know, why aren't you dating? And Kim was basically telling her that, you know, she's always busy and all this stuff. And what Tia told her was one of the best pieces of advice you can give a person who is a hardworking person. Is one of the best pieces of advice you can give to a person who is always on the go. You have to have somebody in your corner who will respect your hustle, okay? And if you don't understand what I'm saying, ladies, sometimes we get a man and we feel like he works too much or he does this too much. And I'm not talking about them motherfucking niggas who be out there, you know, talking about they at work, but they really oversell at Sue House. I'm not talking about them motherfucking niggas. I'm talking about real dudes who put in work for their family. You know what I'm saying? For their future. Okay, for you, him, your future children, or whatever. Okay, I'm talking about those people. You have to have somebody who respects your hustle, who respects the fact that you out there getting it, not just for them. They out there getting it, not just for themselves, but for the future of maybe you and them, and you and their future children. You have to get somebody who respects that hustle. And I 100% agree with Tia on that little piece of advice that she gave Kim, because I mean, I understand that Kim is a very, very busy person. She goes, you know, she's traveling all the time back and forth to Atlanta, different photos. You know, she's a very busy person. So, you know, a lot of people may be like, well, she don't have a whole lot of time today, but you have to have someone in your corner who respects what you're doing and who can understand what you're doing and the reason why you're doing it. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen out there, if you have a dude out there who work a lot and you thinking to yourself, you don't never spend no time with me, he doing it for a reason, girl. He is doing it for a reason. So just respect the hustle. That's all I'm gonna say. So all of the group is meeting up to have drinks. You got Dante, you got everybody, Goshay, everybody in the shop, China, everybody's there. Okay, and then all of a sudden, Angela mysteriously shows up. Of course, you know, at first I was kind of like, bitch, if they pulling a Mona Scott where they got all these motherfucking people popping up at this place knowing damn well this shit is scripted on the motherfucker. But then I thought to myself, if you're going to have a show, a reality TV show, you have to set up meetings and shit like that if you want the shit to be interesting. You really do. Because otherwise, if you just doing just random ass shit to where everybody's just always in the shop, the shit going to be boring. So you got to throw a little, you know, a little bit of script up in this piece. So of course, like I said, Angela shows up, and Dante's basically saying how he can't believe he got fired and all this different type of stuff. And you know, they're just having a gay old time, having drinks and living it up basically. So, and then it flashes to Leah and Kim. They're having lunch, and Leah's still talking about how she can't believe that, you know, Kim doesn't include her in things, and Kim is basically explaining to her why she does what the fuck she does. And Leah's pointing out at her, and you know, at first, of course, Leah pulls out a fucking knife from the counter, and she was like, don't play with me. Of course, it was a fucking joke. But I thought it was kind of, you know, when you got sisters bickering and things like that, you know, you do a little fun shit like that. And, you know, Leah was basically telling Kim that she needs to hire a nail tech. And Kim was like, I told you to hire a nail tech. And Leah was like, okay, well, when I hire one, I'm going to need you to not have no type of attitude when I hire whoever the hell I'm going to hire, okay? So, and we're going to explain the reason why she said that in a minute, because there was a reason why she said don't have no kind of attitude when I hire who I want to hire. So Kim was like, okay, whatever, you know. So we're going to move on to and professionally, okay? Shout out to Justin J, 1232. Okay, so Fashion Week comes, and Kim decided that they're going to do these wigs for Fashion Week, and they, you know, she has these like, these fucking white, I was finna say platinum blonde, but no, those were like whitish, grayish looking wigs that she made. Of course, I mean, I guess the shit is high fashion, girl, but you know, I don't know shit about high fashion, so the shit looks stupid to me, but it's high fashion, I guess, when you're in that type of an industry. So, you know, they're working on these wigs for the Fashion Week or whatever. They got like so many hours to do it, but of course, Kim is running late, so she tells them, okay, I'm just gonna meet y'all at the fashion, you know, at the place or whatever. Y'all make sure y'all do some prep and all this type of stuff, and that's what they're doing. They're doing prep, and they're getting ready to go to Fashion Week, okay? So, all of a sudden, while they're doing the prep on the wigs and shit, Naja motherfucking ass shows up at the shop, and everybody like, what the fuck, you know, this motherfucker doing here? If you guys don't remember, Naja was the nail tech from last season who got into a fight with Lisa. If y'all don't remember who Lisa is, I talked about Lisa in the last review that I did. Lisa was the chick that got into it with Angela and Naja because they were saying that she looked like a man, and her and Naja actually got into a real fist fight on the show. Like, I'm talking about real fist fight to the point where Naja fucking nail came off her fucking, hey, her whole fucking nail came off. I'm talking about they got into a real fight in the shop, of course, and both of them got fired. So she comes in there and she got this big ass wall that's saying nailed by Naja, and she got all these fucking little tables and shit that she's setting up, saying basically it all matches Kim's decor. She done came up in there with a goddamn, I'm talking about all kinds of furniture and shit, just knowing that she finna make herself at home. Mind you, Kim don't know that she there yet, okay? Leah is the one who hired her back, but of course Kim don't know she there yet. So like I said, she comes in there with this big ass wall that says nailed by Naja, just, I mean, all kinds of fucking arrogant, okay? So Goshay ends up saying she looked like a short version of Rosie O'Donnell with a short haircut or some shit. Like, she was trying to read Miss Naja. I got a feeling that Goshay and Naja gonna end up getting into a little rendezvous before it's all said and done. So we're gonna definitely be looking out for that situation right there. So China feels like, you know, Naja shouldn't be there, especially since they got fired and they won't let Lisa come back. She feels like Naja shouldn't be there, which I can completely understand. If I got into a fight with somebody and then you allow me to come back, but you don't allow that person to come back, that's a little bit unfair, you know, because we were both fighting. I don't give a damn who initiated the shit. It really don't matter. We were both fighting. So it's a little bit unfair that you let one come back, but the other one can't come back. But of course, I don't think Lisa would probably want to come back to that motherfucker anyway, to be brutally honest with you. So like I said, China feels like Naja shouldn't be there since Lisa couldn't come back. And then, you know, Leah comes out and she's like, what the fuck is this wild shit that you got going on here? And she was like, I told you, if I'm coming back, I'm coming back. And Leah was like, okay, but nigga, we didn't discuss this motherfucking big ass wall that you got up in this piece, okay? You doing a little bit too much coming up in here like you just the shit. When Kim don't even know your motherfucking ass here, so she can come up in the door and be like, bitch, you finna get the fuck out. I don't give a fuck who hired you back. You finna exit stage left. So for you to come up in here like this, you doing a little bit too much, okay? So Leah basically told her, when Kim get here, I got a feeling this wall shit, this nail by Naja shit, this shit is gonna cease to exist. So yeah, you can enjoy this shit right now while Kim's not here, but when she get here, you gonna have to just motherfucking face the music, okay, basically. So now it flashes to they are at LA Fashion Week, and of course, you know, Dante and Angela ends up showing up, but they're working with another stylist. So they're not working with Kim Kimball, they're working with a completely different stylist. Okay, and Angela, messy ass, she comes up in there and she sees Gaucher and she walks over to her and she was like, you know, I get a good vibe from you, you know, and I get positive vibes from you. I want to know, girl, can you give me some tea? She basically want Gaucher to tell her what the fuck is going on in the shop and shit. Messy as fuck. Now Angela, she's cool, but Angela is really messy. Of course, what the fuck is his name? I cannot think of his name right now. Oh my god, but the white guy in the shop, the stylist. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head, but he really don't. He used to talk to Angela back in the back day when she was working at the shop, but now he's kind of leery about talking to her now because he knows that her and Kim Kimball got into a heated argument, and he don't want Kim to think he's associated with Angela because Angela is just a messy motherfucker. Especially the way that she basically went off on Kim Kimball. Bitch, you working in my shop and you gonna go off on me, motherfucker, for nothing? Girl, Angela was a messy ass motherfucker. So, of course, she's trying to get some information out of Gaucher, and Gaucher like, okay, girl, you know, I really don't know you like that, but okay, you get some good vibes from me. Move on swiftly and professionally. So she kind of gave a little bit of the cold shoulder. So, and then not only does she try to get some quote unquote tea from Gaucher, she goes and busts into a conversation that Jonathan is having with Kim Kimball, and Kim walks off while, you know, she's talking to Jonathan. And Jonathan basically, you know, because Angela's introducing herself to Jonathan and all this stuff, and Jonathan's basically giving her the third fucking degree. And he ends up telling her okay and walks off to Kim, and Kim basically telling me and her didn't end on a good note because, as you guys remember from last season, Angela just went completely berserk on Kim, was crying and talking all this shit about, you know, how she didn't appreciate a lot of the shit. It was crazy. Angela, if y'all haven't seen LA Hair from last season, you need to go back and watch it because, girl, I was not feeling Angela last season. She's very messy, but of course you always gotta have that one messy motherfucker in the show, and of course Naja is very messy her damn self, and we're gonna talk about her more in a second, girl, because it's some shit that popped off between China and Naja. We're gonna talk about that in a second. So then Terry, they have like 5 minutes, okay? They're working on all the hairstyles and all this stuff, and then the people announce over the things. They have like 5 minutes left before they gotta be on, you know, the stage or whatever, and they ain't got nobody fucking wig on their head. Nobody's wig is on their fucking head. So Dante and Angela, they're done with their whole situation. So of course Terry has to enlist the help of Dante. Remember, Dante got fired last episode, but Terry asked Dante to come over and help them, and Dante basically comes over and saves the world, saves the day and all this type of shit. And then next thing you know, Kim is kind of looking sideways, like, I hope he don't think he's Mr. It because he's coming and, you know, he's helping us out and all this type of shit. But ended up, after all was said and done, they asked, was Dante coming back? And she was like, we'll talk about Dante tomorrow. So Dante is definitely coming back to the show. I'm 100% positive that Dante will be back next episode because, I mean, he came and saved the day. Kim Kimball was fucking elated. She really was. And, they looking sideways at Jonathan because once they got done, Jonathan bought out his little sidekick, the dude who does all his investing and things like that. And he basically tells her, you know, I don't do anything until this dude gives a seal of approval. And he said, bitch, whatever you got going, we want that shit. So Kim is smiling from ear to ear, but they looking sideways like, I don't trust this motherfucking Jonathan. The stylists are looking like they don't trust Jonathan. But motherfucker, it ain't for you to trust. It ain't your fucking money, anything like that. It's Kim Kimball money was going into this investment. So it really don't matter what the fuck you approve because it's not your bread. But Dante basically didn't tell her, okay, I see you making the white people happy, you know, throwing a little shade and all that stuff. It was kind of crude though. It was kind of crude. And then Kim meets with him to discuss it, and they're talking about all what they're going to do and what they're not going to do, and how they're going to go and meet with vendors and all this type of stuff. So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how all that plays out. I will be, you know, I will be one of those people who I wouldn't be interested in buying a Kim Kimble wig, because I already know that shit probably going to be $500-$600 because it's a Kim Kimble wig. And now, you know, I don't have that $500-$600 money. Hell, then again, $500-$600. Shit, you got some of these motherfucking wigs around here that folks making, they charging $700-$800 for these goddamn wigs. Now, that shit I don't understand. I'm sorry. I will never understand somebody paying $1,000 for a fucking wig, girl, for what? And some people are like, well, it can last you a year or two. I don't give a damn if it can last me 30,000 years, girl. I'm not going to pay no $1,000 for no piece of hair. But that's just ThickChickVlogs, though. Ain't nothing that I'm saying law, okay? So, and then we flash forward back to the salon, and Naja and China are in there fucking arguing, girl. Naja ends up clocking China on her wig, talking about she can't believe that she got on that fucking wig. And girl, they are just going ham and cheese on each other. And Naja and China tells Naja, well, I see you ain't learned your lesson from getting your face smushed in, okay? From when Lisa smushed you in your fucking face, basically tore your motherfucking nail off your hand. She said, I see that you ain't then learned your motherfucking lesson, okay? You just got back up in here. You already, you know, starting some shit. I'm gonna need you to get your shit too and fucking together. So they arguing. It's gonna be an interesting season dealing with Naja and China. They're gonna probably end up getting into a situation themselves. That's gonna be some tea that we definitely need to follow right there. So Kim shows up. There's some flowers there for Kim. We don't know who the fuck the flowers are from, okay? We don't know who the flowers are from. They never said. All she did was she looked at the car. She was like, we not doing that. I don't know who the flowers are from. Is it a dude? I don't know who it's from. Is it from Dante? I don't know who the flowers are from. So maybe we'll find out who the flowers are from in the next episode that's coming up. But she didn't say who the fuck the flowers are from. So that's something that we're going to look. Of course, they got to leave a cliffhanger, girl. And then next thing you know, she walks into the salon and she sees Naja. And she's like, what are you doing here? You know. And that's basically how it went off. So it wasn't a whole lot going on in this episode. The only thing that we really saw was Naja came back. The fact that Dante bailed them out of a situation at the LA Fashion Week, and it's possible that he's gonna be hired back, and the fact that Jonathan wants her, they're gonna start up this wig extension line. That's pretty much all I got from this episode, girl. But let me go ahead and purge this right here, and then we're gonna continue to clock some tea when some tea needs to be clocked, because y'all know, bitch, I'm too trifling to go and get another SD card. I'm just saying. So we are busy, okay? And the next thing that we are going to be discussing is Tyga, whatever the hell his name is, recycling one of Blac Chyna's cars and giving it to Miss Kylie Jenner. As you guys, if you probably don't know, today's her 18th birthday. Not being funny, I don't have anything against the child because I don't know, okay? But what I'm going to say is, it's who the fuck cares, okay? She turned 18 years old today. He gave her Blac Chyna's old Range Rover or whatever the fuck it was, the Mercedes-Benz truck, whatever, for her birthday. But it was white when Chyna had it. They painted it, got it red, and gave it to, to Kylie. Who the fuck cares? And of course, today I've seen pictures floating around, news stories and stuff, MTO, TMZ, to where he done bought her a $200,000 Ferrari. Okay, a Ferrari. Yes, a $200,000 Ferrari. Now, it ain't my burden to bear, but am I mistaken when have I heard rumors that this motherfucker finna get, he owed money on rent and shit from apartments and shit he was living in? Am I mistaken? So you got money to sit there and go and buy your 18-year-old girlfriend a Ferrari, but you ain't got money to pay your motherfucking rent. Priorities, like a motherfucker. Hell, I didn't even know he's worth that much money, for real. I don't know how much this dude is worth. I can honestly tell you. Do you give a damn about this story? Do you care? Me neither. So let's move on. So can we move on? Cause girl, I ain't got. Okay, congratulations to Kylie. Okay, not that she needed this dude to buy her no fucking car, because she got plenty of money to her damn self. She ain't but 18 years old. Motherfucker ain't never got to work a day in her goddamn life. All she got to do is be annoying as fuck like the rest of her sisters, okay? That's all she has to do, is just be annoying and just, make money and shit. Now we're going to move on to more important shit. I don't know if you guys have seen the video from Minister Farrakhan. He was having a sit-down talk. I don't know what type of program it was, where he was having a conversation with Pastor Jamal Bryant. I'm pretty sure you guys probably know a lot about Pastor Jamal Bryant. He had a lot to do with, he was behind the family of the Michael Brown situation, as well as the situation that happened in Baltimore. So there was a whole lot of controversy behind this video that Minister Farrakhan made, but he also said in the video that he don't want people to misunderstand him, but he wanted to get a point across. He basically was saying how, you know, you have a lot of cowards out here today. You got a lot of people out here that basically do a lot of talking and not a lot of walking, okay? He was basically saying how, you know, men are supposed to protect their women and their children. And basically he's saying how, you know, people are so outraged that, you know, Cecil the Lion is dead. Is it wrong that this dude killed Cecil the Lion? But he was like, the dude that killed Cecil the Lion isn't hiding, okay? He's in police custody, getting protection from these people who are threatening to end his life because he killed this lion. And he was saying how Darren Wilson is still walking around out here. George Zimmerman is still walking around out here. The guy that killed the man up in New York City, he's still walking around. He was saying you got all these people that are still walking around out here, not afraid for their lives, but you got this man who killed the lion. That these people are so outraged over the fact that this lion is dead more than they are about people who get killed by police officers unjustly. They just sweep that under the rug. But when you got situations like this lion, I'm talking about these people are going ham and cheese. This man had to close down his dental office. All these people are going ham and cheese, telling this man they gonna off his motherfucking ass if they see him. Girl. Okay, they gonna off him. So Minister Farrakhan is basically saying, you know, if you ain't willing to die for something, what the fuck are you living for? He was like, you got farmers who, you know, when they plant a seed in the ground, they willing to kill all of the prey and predators and shit that come and try to take they food that's coming up out of the ground from this seed that they planted. So basically, in a nutshell, what Minister Farrakhan is saying, that we need to take actions into our own hands. We need to start doing what these people are doing to us, to them. In a nutshell, that's what Minister Farrakhan is saying. And, you know, a lot of people agree with everything that he's saying. And in some senses, it does make sense. You know, we have been marching and marching for years. We've been marching and marching. What the fuck does a march do? A march don't do a damn thing. We can agree on that situation. We can march until the goddamn cows come home. Marching don't do shit. And he was basically saying also that preachers need to stop hiding behind what they feel is the godly thing to do. You just need to pray for them. He was like, what you doing is, he said, all you doing is becoming a bigger slave. Okay, these folks, they pouncing that shit on you, and you know, the pray for your enemy situation. And basically, Minister Farrakhan was like, that shit ain't getting you nowhere. You've been marching since goddamn 1940. Sarcasm. And motherfucker, these motherfuckers still don't give a shit about it. They still killing your children. So he was basically saying we need to take, you know, action into our own hands, basically, in a nutshell. So, shout out to Minister Farrakhan for that. I'm not, you know, I don't want nobody to think I'm saying go out and kill no cops, because that's definitely not what I'm saying. But I understand completely where he's coming from, because he also said he didn't want people to misinterpret the things that he's saying. So I don't want people to misinterpret the things that I'm saying. But I also want people to understand that marching ain't getting us no fucking where. It really isn't. There needs to be another step that we need to some type of another step that we need to take, because marching ain't doing shit for us, okay? Back in the day, you had these revolutionary people who weren't afraid to die for the cause. They wasn't. Okay, you got Malcolm X, you got, you know, of course, Martin Luther King Jr., and several other people who were not afraid to die for the cause. But now you got so many men out here that are just fucking cowards. They're not willing to, you know, stand in that front line and take a bullet for what they believe in. They not willing to do that shit. So that's one of the reasons why we're still in the type of situations that we're in now, because you don't have a lot of stand-up people out there. You got a lot of talkers, but you don't have a whole lot of stand-up people out there. So shout out to Minister Farrakhan. I don't necessarily follow a lot of his work, but I was feeling him on the things that he was saying in that particular message right there. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about, okay, is, I don't know if you guys saw this, but there was a Lowe's delivery driver who was delivering something to this lady's house in Virginia. Okay, he got there to deliver whatever it is that she had that she wanted delivered, and he was turned away. She said she wanted a white driver. Okay, the lady wanted a white driver, and let me read you a little bit about how this should happen. It says a delivery driver at a Danville, Virginia Lowe's home improvement was replaced with another driver when a customer said she didn't want someone who is black. So a longtime employee, his name is Marcus Bradley, who is black, he took offense to his boss's obliging the woman's racist request. So his boss basically said, okay, she don't want a black dude delivering herself. We're gonna send a white man to her house. Okay, I'm gonna elaborate on that a little bit further in a second. So it says a phone call from his workplace of 11 years brought Bradley back to Lowe's, where he swapped place with a white delivery driver to finish the job. Okay, keep reading. It says the guy said he asked his boss why he couldn't do it, and he said the boss said it's because you're black and they don't want you at the house. So Bradley went back to work, but he shared his grievances with the local TV station. So the reporter went to the woman's house to confront her on a front porch. And the lady said, I got a right to have whatever I want, and that's it. She said, I don't feel bad for nothing. The store manager who honored the woman's request has since been terminated over the troubling ordeal. And I'm going to explain to you why it is great that they terminated him. I'm going to explain that to you guys in a second. It said the situation brought to our attention was troubling, and an investigation was immediately undertaken. A statement obtained by WSET TV read, under no circumstances should a discriminatory delivery request be honored, as it is inconsistent with our diversity and inclusion core value, and the request should have been refused. The investigation has concluded, and the individuals involved are no longer with the company. So let me explain to you why I would have gotten pissed as well. When this woman, okay, asked the manager of this store to allow a white driver to come to deliver her products because she didn't want a black man delivering her whatever the fuck it was that was being delivered to her home, what should have happened was they should have told that woman, we're sorry, ma'am, what's going to end up happening, we are going to refuse you service, you can take your business elsewhere. That's what should have been said, and that is the right thing to do as a manager. That is your right to do so. If you have a person who's coming into your establishment and they're being disrespectful towards employees to the point where I don't want this black person helping me, they have the right to refuse you service. You can get the fuck out of our fucking store, you bigoted motherfucker. Okay, so I totally understand why this man is feeling some type of way. Now, some people might be saying, well, if she didn't want a black man on her property, that's her God-given right. Yes, it is. But it's also our God-given right to refuse her motherfucking ass some service. You go and get whatever the fuck you order from somebody else, and you better hope and pray they send a white man to your house instead of a black man. That way you ain't got to deal with shit. Because if you call me and I'm a manager of a store and you say, yes, I need you to send a white driver out here instead of this black driver. Okay, I'm going to send you a motherfucking white driver bitch from another establishment. You will not be getting service from us. And some of y'all might be saying, well, you can't motherfucker the hell you preach. Because if you do some shit like that, if you oblige a request like that, and the person that you are basically discriminating against, and it being the black man in this case, what can happen is you can get fired, just as the manager of this company got fired. Because you are not supposed to honor a request like that. Not when it comes to situations like this, in these types of situations. Now, it's a little bit different when you're dealing with someone like in a hospital or something like that. If you got a person who's racist and it's a black nurse that comes in the room and they're like, oh, I don't want that N word working on me or something like that. because this person is in a hospital and you can't refuse them service at a hospital, you have to honor that request right there. And plus, I wouldn't want to be, you know, if a person is to the point where they, you know, being basically belittling me and calling me racial slurs, I wouldn't want to work on that person anyway. So I would want them to honor that request. But in this type of situation right here, when you got an establishment like a home improvement store, you have the right to refuse service to a person like this bigoted motherfucker. And like I said, it's 2015, and y'all ain't seen shit. It's a whole lot of racist motherfuckers out here in the world. You best believe that shit. A lot of them might not show the shit on the outside. You probably working right next to one right now. You probably sitting in your motherfucking cubicle. That motherfucker sitting next to you, Becky. Yeah, Becky probably you know, laughing, skinny, grin in your face, but Becky probably call you all kind of niggas when she gets to the cripple. You best believe that shit right there. So, like I said, the smiling in your face all the time. We want to take your place. They backstabbers, in your face. But fuck this shit. We gonna move on because I really ain't got shit else to say about this old bigoted ass motherfucker. And if y'all saw her motherfucking face, girl, I mean, she just in the looking like a motherfucking bulldog because you low down and dirty, and you gonna motherfucking reap with the. You gonna have to repent before you leave this motherfucker here. Like my mama always said, you gonna have to repent before you leave here. Your ass, you gonna suffer like a motherfucker. You think your face sunk in right now? Your shit showing up gonna be sunk in before you leave this earth. And not just that, bitch, what if you on the motherfucking side of the road fucking dying, and guess who's the only person it is to help your motherfucking ass? My black ass, okay? My black ass. But guess what? I'm gonna do the godless thing. I'm gonna help you. That's what the fuck I'm supposed to do. But guess what, bitch? You gonna reap what the fuck you gonna have to goddamn eat them motherfucking words before you leave this motherfucker. Best believe that shit. Now we're gonna move on to another story, okay? Because like I said, I don't want this video to be too long. I think it's already about 35 minutes probably. Damn, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. We're gonna try to get through this one pretty quick. I have some more stuff that I need to talk about, but I need to get more information on it. Like the situation with the young man, I cannot think of his name, but I want to make a whole separate video on that or whatever, because it's, you know, it's a whole lot to go through. But we're going to talk about this family who drove 90 miles, y'all. 90 miles. Yes, you heard me. 90 miles before they realized that they left their daughter at a rest stop. Yes. Explain to me how shit like this happens. You drove 90 miles before you realized that you left your daughter at a rest stop. Not only that, you didn't just automatically realize that shit. You heard it on the radio that there was a 3-year-old who was left somewhere, and you like, oh shit, we left our baby. How the people are starting to make me. I understand that shit can slip in my mind. People say all the time that you never know what's going through a person's mind. Motherfucker, come on. That's not the type of shit that you just forget. That's just like the parents who left their 1-year-old in the car and the baby ended up dying for an hour. They said they were getting groceries out of the car and they left the baby in the car because they didn't want to take him in the house because he gets into stuff, whatever they said. I think it was 1 or 2 or something like that. Did it take you an hour to get the groceries out of the car? So you mean to tell me you got all them fucking groceries out of that car, went in the house, and you didn't realize your child was missing for an hour? What type of parents are people that they sit there and their child just be, their children just be running free and they don't pay them no goddamn kind of shit. They don't even realize the children there. I'm starting to believe these people are doing this shit intentionally. It's happening too often. Okay, ain't no way in the hell I can leave my niece or nephew or somebody in the car for hours on end and not realize they're in how. Explain that shit to me. Lucy, you have some explaining to do. So this shit don't make no sense, but I'm going to read it, okay? I'm going to read the fuck what's popping off. And then y'all can tell me what y'all think about this situation right here. Now, this did happen in France. I do want to stress that, but it really don't matter. Goddamn it, they're a human being. It said a 3-year-old was mistakenly left behind by her parents for more than 2 hours at a highway stop in southern France. Another family was at the rest stop and noticed the girl was alone for a while. And it says they took care of her and called police to let them know. The 3-year-old was only able to tell police officers what her car looked like and said daddy car drove away. According to the French media and which reported the incident and this happened on Sunday. Okay. It said after driving more than 90 miles, the family heard on the radio a message from police asking them to pick up their daughter. So it was on the radio. There's parents driving such and such. You left your daughter at the rest stop. And they heard this on the radio, and that's what made them think to turn around and go get her from the rest stop. It said they were obviously traumatized, adding that the parents had no problems reported previously. The family was heading south towards the coastal town of St. Raphael. They reportedly asked their other children, a boy and a girl, if everything was okay, and no one noticed the toddler was missing. So they had 2 other children in the car, and they didn't realize that their 3-year-old was missing. Sometimes I sit back and I try to see if I can gather up enough understanding as to how people do this shit, how people mind could be working at a time like this to where they can just forget that they even fucking have a child at that particular point in time. Because how the fuck do you drive 2 hours, 90 fucking miles away from where this child is, and not realize that she's not in the car until you hear the shit on the radio? Anyway, y'all clock that tea down in the comment section below, because some of the shit that be going on just be driving me motherfucking crazy. I have a haul that I need to do, a Shop Miss A haul. I have a whole bunch of shit that I got from Shop Miss A girl. I will be doing a haul over on my other channel. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. I don't know if I'm gonna do it today. I don't know when I'm gonna do that shit. I need to show y'all what the fuck I picked up, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it today. I'm tired, girl. I'm tired. I've been working like a goddamn slave. And that's it, and that's all. But I still haven't watched Big Brother. A lot of you guys wanted me to talk about Big Brother. Girl, I still ain't watched Sunday's episode of Big Brother, so I'm gonna have to catch that probably later on the day or something. I'll probably talk about that in the next video. But you guys give this video a thumbs up. Do not forget to answer the question of the day. Also, if you are not following me on Facebook, the link is down in the description box below. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye bye.